Hi everyone. So I thought I'd give you guys an update. It has been a few months. I have not given an update. Everything's been going pretty good. I've had a few little issues, but everything's been going really well. And I actually just had a repeat PET scan, which is the full body scan to see like where the cancer is, how it's doing. So I had that last week, and come to find out, for a refresher, I had 3 lymph nodes, 2 in my neck, 1 in my clavicle that were showing the melanoma in it. Now they're only showing 2. The one at my clavicle is no longer, it is cancer free. The 2 that were in my neck that made it with massive swollen, or massively swollen, I should say, they have shrunk almost 400%, both of them, which is fantastic. There is still some in there, but it's like very minimal when you look at the number wise. Like, I've technically only been on meds for a little less than 4 months, and they shrunk that much. So I was really hoping that we'd be done by now, but I mean, when I originally went to the oncologist, this treatment would be 6 to 9 months. So I mean, I'm still not even at 6 months. So I still have a little ways to go. So we did do no med changes. I've still been on the same dose, and I've been doing fine. So I had to stop me. I needed to show me something she's building. So yeah, so I've just have some minor issues that I've been having. Pretty much it's just with the meds. It's my body adjusting. My iron got super, super low. I have been going to the oncologist every 6 weeks because I've been doing so well. I haven't had to go. He originally was saying I was going to have to go every 7 to 10 days. So I've been doing fantastic in that respect. But what happened is right at the beginning of June, I got a major sunburn on the back of my neck, or not my back of my neck, the back of my legs on the bottom, and my face right here. Now, I had said this before, that the meds make my skin very sensitive to the sun, so I've had to be very careful. I've had to buy clothes that I can wear outside that are UV, protective or whatever. I wear a hat. I have certain sunscreen I have to wear. So I mean, I was doing all the things. I was literally outside for no more than 25 minutes with the sunscreen on. I was kind of in the shade, but it was just the way I guess where I was not even those peak time of days between 10 and 2. It was earlier than that. I burnt so bad so quickly. I ended up blistering a few days later. It was horrible. I was so sick. It really took me out, and I realized that I was having a hard time healing from it. It was taking much longer than I've ever had a sunburn take to heal. And I mean, I'm fair skinned, so I've gotten sunburns before, but this was just different. And I ended up, after about a week of dealing with it, and I had talked to my doctor and I was doing everything she said. Then I had actually just had an oncology appointment. And when I went, I was so disappointed in myself at that point because I was so just discouraged. It wasn't healing. I was doing everything. I felt miserable, and I ended up like getting myself such anxiety that I couldn't fix it, that there was something wrong, that I started having panic attacks. It sucked. I was sleeping, but it was making me super tired. I mean, I was having to nap during the day. Like, the last few days before I went to the doctor's, it was a weekend, and I took 2 naps. I mean, we're talking like hour and a half long naps. Ed was thankfully home. I just couldn't keep my eyes awake. I was so tired, and Ed's like, this isn't right. Thankfully, I did go to the doctor's, and come to find out my iron was super low. So he said that will make you super tired. It actually will make you not heal quickly. So that's why my sunburn wasn't healing well. He did check it again, and he's like, it looks fine. It's just slow healing at this point. And thankfully, like within another week, it started to really heal, and it was so good. But I ended up started an iron supplement. He did put me on something for my anxiety, which I actually have stopped. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I started the iron. I started taking, I took an iron supplement, and I've also been eating liver once a week. I know a lot of people don't like liver. Ed doesn't even like it. I just have it for lunch once a week, and that's helping. My iron is going up. It's still not, I'm still low, or actually I'm still below the low, but I'm much better. I don't need to nap as much. I occasionally need to just rest, really, but I haven't had to nap during the day, which is fantastic. Sunburn is healed completely, which is great. As for the anxiety meds, I took them for a month straight, and I must say I started to feel better. I wasn't having that anxiety anymore, but I think it was the timing of it. I think I was getting so much anxiety because it wasn't healing. I wasn't feeling good. I was getting very discouraged because I'm like, now my body's starting to like, it felt like I was having more issues where I was doing fine up until then. And then I started noticing that I was like feeling panicked, like that after you have a panic attack, if you've had them before, like your heart races for a little bit and you just feel like on edge. And I was feeling like that all day, but I wasn't having any panic attacks. So I was like, I think it's the meds. So I stopped taking them and it went away and I've been fine. So I've been like a week or so now without it and I've been doing really, really good. So that's good. I think it was just the timing and that's all that was. Like I said, my iron is better. The meds still are giving me some stomach upset, but it's very predictable. We've noticed it's like about 8 hours after I take it, because there's one med I take once a day, the other one I take twice. So it's the once a day one. About 8 hours after I take it, that's when my stomach will start to be upset. And honestly, it's just some diarrhea. And it was really bad at first. It's gotten better and it's not every day. I might, like for example, the last couple nights, it was just like one little episode and that was it. Tonight I might not have anything. So it's weird. So, but we know it's like between dinner and bedtime is usually or the kids' bedtime is usually when I have issues. But other than that, it's been going really well. So I'm still, so there's still a little in there, but it's not like it was, which is fantastic. There's nothing anywhere else. Nothing new popped up. I have not had any med changes since he changed it at the beginning because I was having severe issues and I had that massive rash. So everything's been fine. I might have it up to the next appointment, he said, which is again in 6 weeks, which is fine. And then in about 3 to 4 months, I'll have another PET scan to see where we're at. So hopefully by the end of the year, we will be done all of this. I'm hoping. I just keep telling myself, as much as I want this to be over, it could be so much worse. So I'm very grateful for that. And I must say, the kids have been amazing during this whole process, especially with, speaking of kids, they're fighting a little bit. But like I said, they have been great, especially with my son's sensitivity. We haven't been able to get outside like we usually would this time of year. But they have been awesome. And not only that, when I wasn't feeling good, they were so helpful. And I swear it was like when I was having the sunburns, I would literally sit down to put the ice on it and I would have the ice on for like a minute. And then Mia would need something like, I need another snack. And I just would have asked her before I sat down. And the boys would be like, I'll get it for you. So they've been so helpful. It's been great. They have been absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of them. It really just shows you that kids are more capable than we, think that they are. So that is it for now. Like I said, I've been feeling good. I know I haven't posted because I was dealing with the sunburn and I was very just not happy with the way things were going. So it just put me down and that's just not what I wanted to do, was film. It is what it is, but I am feeling better. So I just wanted to give a quick update because I know people have been asking. So I just wanted to let everybody know. Doing fine. Just some minor little issues, but we're working through them and it's all going in the right direction, which is fantastic. So I hope everyone is doing well and I'll talk to you soon.